Abby accidentally rolled down a hill, but when she regained her senses, she was horrified to find there were bodies strewn all over the place. What's even more horrifying is that these weren't just ordinary corpses, they were the living dead infected with a virus. Just as Abby was shocked, the frozen infected suddenly woke up, and they came crawling out of the snow in a rage. Abby runs quickly. The infected were chasing after her in a frenzy. If the infected catch her, she'd be eaten down to the bone. Luckily, a protective wall soon appeared in front of her, but as Abby climbed up, one of the infected grabbed her ankle. She had to kick it in the face. Finally, she made it inside the wall. She tried to get help, but after a quick look around, she realized there was no one here. So she ran forward, just as she passed through a barbed wire fence. A group of infected suddenly rushed towards her. Luckily, with the protection of the barbed wire, Abby was safe from them for a while, but the barbed wire soon became too much. She had to crawl on the ground, but she can barely move in the small space. Luckily, she was able to crawl out, but she was soon pounced upon. Just when Abby thought she was about to die, a gunshot suddenly rang out. Then the men rushed her inside and closed the door behind him. Turns out he was one of the survivors. Seeing that the door was about to be slammed open, they decided to leave this horrible place as soon as possible. Abby said that there were people with her at the top of the mountain. There are many weapons and traps for the infected. There's no time to think. They followed Abby's advice and headed for the top. In the next moment, the infected burst through the iron gates. Although the speed of horseback riding is very fast, but tens of thousands of infected were chasing after them, as if they won't stop until they catch them. But strangely, they gave up after a short time. Then they ran in another direction. It turns out that there's a survivor's enclosure in that direction. There are tens of thousands of survivors living there. When the old man on guard post heard the hissing sound not far away, he looked ahead with his binoculars and saw a large number of infected coming. He quickly signaled his companions to sound the alarm. When the person in charge of the area heard it, he quickly organized the old and the weak to hide in the basement. Then he told the men to get ready to fight. Soon the infected came into view. He felt an instant twinge of fear, but all he could do was prepare to fight.
Jackson Hole!
The infected were already under the wall. They hurriedly threw oil barrels down to the bottom and quickly opened fire on the infected below. Although the explosions took out some of the infected, but that doesn't stop them. They're still charging forward like mad, unafraid to shoot. But before long, they turn around and run the other way. The men felt something bad. It turns out that among the infected there's a giant. The next moment, the wall takes a huge hit. The defenses are about to be breached. He runs to the second line of defense and gets ready to fight. Then he puts on his flamethrower gear. In the next second, the huge thing crashed through the wall, and countless infected came in through the cracks. Looks like a big battle is inevitable.